What's going on, Fortnite fam? With the new season having some time to settle, there's already been some nerfs and buffs to the loot pool, including Fortnite taking out one of the most annoying weapons in the game, the Bug Blaster. But it doesn't stop there. The new Chapter 6 Season 4 competitive offerings are going to be out. There are so many different tournaments for you to play in, but the changes don't even stop there because the Global Championship drop map has just shifted again. New teams uncontested, but I'm so more interested in those teams that are now contested off spawn. But let's get right into the mix. Trios, duos, solos, skin cups, and more are coming to Fortnite this season. FNCS divisional cups will remain to be trios, but up until a certain point. After the Global Championship, they've shifted it on over to duos. Don't know how long it's going to last overall, but for this season, it is going to change on over to duos. Divisional Cups, everybody, if you are Div 1, you remain in Div 1. Everybody else gets a chance to re-qualify through a division and the FNCS trials, but the biggest mix-up is going to come in NA Central and EU, where it's 5 divisions instead of the normal 3. Smaller regions will remain the same, so no worries there, but they've announced that there's now 2 chances per week to qualify and upgrade your division. Solos is back as well. There is a new format, however. Solos will have 6 weeks of competition with your top 4 weeks counting. So there is 2 weeks of cushion where you can have some bad gameplay, but the top players will advance to a finals lobby with everyone making some sort of money, first place all the way down to last place. But each region is different, so make sure to make it count. I love the idea of a tournament structure landing X amount of weeks with the best of the best teams making it into the finals lobby. I feel like this is kind of bringing me back to an FNCS solos that we used to have back in the day, so I'm interested to see how this one plays out. But the community isn't necessarily happy about the prize pool, but I look at it in a glass half full opportunity for these up and coming or unknown players to get a chance to put their name on the map and really start to see who might be the next up and coming Fortnite professional player. They will also have a Blade of Champions Cup, which will be a duos reload on August 24th, a chance to win the brand new Blade of Champions before it even comes out as public access. And I mention that because the old Fortnite OG FNCS pickaxe is also coming out with a skin cup on August 30th, but it hits the item shop on September 4th. So if you want to wield that axe just one more time before it becomes available to the public, make sure you compete in that tournament. The original Axe of Champions is something I feel like that was given away at the Pro-Am and everybody wanted it. I remember Twitter going absolutely crazy for giveaways and some memes, but I won't point any fingers there. A few more skin cups are going to return as well. The Champion Surf Witch Cup, different icon skin, including the champion icon skins at the Pro-Am, the new upgrades essentially. It's all a part of the Champions Road Practice Cups. And lastly, the PlayStation Cup does return as well. That one's going to be on September 3rd and 4th. It's another opportunity for them solos to really start to shine and make some money while they're at it. Let's take a quick look at those nerfs and buffs. The Wrecker Revolver, damage decrease over range. Damage from 50 meters away does 15 less. You can see the max damage stats as well, and you can no longer use it for the double pump. It still works with the Sentinel pump though, so the double pump isn't gone completely, but using both Wrecker Revolvers to double pump is now out of the game. The Slide Medallion just got a nerf as well. Uphill boost went from 500 to 400. Ground level boost 1000 to 500, so literally cut in half. And then the speed increase from 1.3 times multiplier down to 1.2. It's still the must-have medallion in this season, but you can see it's not as powerful as it was to start the season. But the double jump medallion also got nerfed. Energy cost 20 is going to be increased to 30. The horizontal jump force is from 1500 to 1350, and then the vertical jump force is 1650 to 1350. Again, both of these medallions still very, very useful, especially in the right hands. You just might have to get used to new distances and some new speeds, but there's some changes to the military ranking as well. Increased how many points are given and how many points are required in team modes. We obviously know the Swarm Strike is no longer in competitive. To start this video, I said the Bug Blaster was taken out. There is no flare gun. The Forecast Boon is no longer in the game, so you don't have to worry about those. The spawn rate of shockwaves are going to be reduced as well in regular modes. So it's pretty interesting to see some of these nerfs. So with that in mind, I want to know from you guys watching this video, what is your desired loadout this season? Is it the same? Are you going to try to mix things up? I talked about this in my last video, but as soon as I hit publish, things were already start to get shaken up. King, Phaser, and PH Zin, they were the ones contesting Clix, Iamzo, and Higgs over at the Supernova Academy, but it is no longer happening. Clix, Iamzo, Higgs now going to be uncontested at the Global Championship for now. Rumors of him trying out the OXR HQ once more in scrim, so we'll see if anything changes up in the coming days. But for now, King, Phaser, and PH Zin are choosing to actually do a triple contested drop overall. So this is going to be interesting with Seti's trio, Wei's trio. I'm not sure if I agree with the move, but with King practicing in NA Central this season, he has gotten better, a little bit more familiar with the international playstyle rather than just sitting in Brazil. But continuing on with the changes, Baka, Pars, and Pump from the Kappa Factory to the Rainbow Fields, one contested fight to another, but this time they're going against Pix, Darm, and Demus. I don't agree with that change, but these guys are two-time FNCS champions on NA West. Baka and Pars out of this world during the NA Central run they had in duos, so I can't necessarily disagree with it either. Especially, you got to watch out though, because there are a lot of elite teams nearby that if they don't finish that fight quick, it could end up in a third party. But Koyota, Rise, and Yuma, after a historic season for them on FNCS, they decided to contest Savage, Chap, and Reason on the north side of the map. I can maybe kind of see why they're doing this. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Baka and his 2-0 during the FNCS Invitational, they were the ones landing at one spot going into the Global Championship, but during scrims during that Invitational, they contested Savage, and they ended up being the main contested drop when game time happened. So I'm interested to see, will it pay off for them? Will it not? While some other spots there remain unchanged, you can kind of see a few trio, triple contested spots around the map. That's Tayson's trio, Ferdoxy's trio, Peterbot's trio over at Rangers Ruin. I don't see too many of these EU guys moving spots, so then I kind of look at Peterbot at the last Eval Cup. With no qualification, with Agers, Acorn, and Poyo, they decided to go over towards Demons Debris, and Peterbot, Booga, and Ritual actually ended up winning 2 games during this all, so maybe we might see a continued contested fight over the 2 best teams in the region, but who knows, things can still change. But what are your thoughts on the FNCS Global Championship drops? Do you think any more teams will shift and change up their drop spots? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to be glued to scrims and divisional cups this season to find out. I'm going to use those to predict my top 10 going into the Global Championship for a later video. But as always, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe because it really does help the channel grow. And I'll make sure to see you guys on the next one.